Hello everyone, welcome to Edge Time. This is the disassembly of the Spyderco Paramilitary 2 Lightweight. I believe this should be one of the first disassembly videos for this knife on YouTube, so let's get right into it. Let's show you all how to get this thing apart. So you're going to need a T8 for all the body screws. It's very nice that Spyderco did that, and I believe this pivot is a T10. So, sweet, looking good. All T8 hardware, except for the pivot, which is T10. So all bigger than T6, which is excellent. And you will need that, because this thing is a bit of a challenge to disassemble. At least on mine, the screws were very tight and had quite a bit of Loctite on them. So it was kind of difficult to get apart, but thankfully everything is T8. So you at least have plenty of stuff to wrench on there. I accidentally set this thing up for left-hand carry when I reassembled it just a few minutes ago. But we have our screw post there that holds the pocket clip on. Be careful with this because this is nested straight into the nylon, so it is possible to strip it out. This looks to be machined pretty well, so I'm not too terribly concerned about it, but it is possible. So let's get this screw out. This one was extremely stiff, and this one is also nested straight into the nylon, so be careful. And that went ahead and fell out there. So then we just have this one. And then the pivot. I've already taken this thing fully apart once, so everything is loosened up a little bit for me, which is nice. It was so stiff getting this thing apart. It was more torque than I've ever applied on a knife without breaking it, I'm fairly sure. So there is one half of the knife, the compression lock there. And then we have the blade with one washer. That other washer is held in by the post there, so let's go ahead and get that off. Just like a regular PM2. So there we have that. And then this is a T8, so we'll go ahead and get this guy off. This one is a bit of a challenge. It likes to spin. So what I do, it does have little ridges here where you can theoretically put a small screwdriver in there, but for me, it's smaller than most of the screwdrivers I have, so I just use this mess knife from 1945 to try to get it there. It's a little bit of a challenge, and you have to be careful. This knife is not super sharp, so hopefully won't hurt myself here, but I've already done this once with success. Really, anything with any fine screwdriver is more ideal for this than this knife, but this is just what I have sitting here at the moment. So I do not recommend what I'm doing. This is very dangerous. Please don't do this. But this is kind of what I have to do to get this thing apart because none of my screwdrivers really want to work for this. Just one moment here. This takes a couple tries, and there we go. Perfect. Alright, so like I said, that's very dangerous. Please don't do that. Please find a better tool. That's just what I had sitting around. Alright, so there it is. There is the completely disassembled Spyderco Paramilitary 2 Lightweight in 3 minutes and 30 seconds, counting the intro. So let's clean it up real fast, and then I'll get it back together. I actually have not cleaned this thing yet. It was just, the action was very slightly gritty out of the box, so I'm hoping that a real good cleaning and some KPL will get this thing buttery smooth. It should. I mean, there's no reason it shouldn't. It's a normal knife. So yeah, if you haven't watched anything on this yet, or if this is your first time seeing this, this is just, it's exactly what it says it is. The Paramilitary 2, but now in a lightweight version. So we have the BD1N blade, a CTS specifically, which is carpenter tool steel. And then we have fiberglass reinforced nylon handles. I'm not sure exactly how much weight that reduces, but the main thing for most people is going to be the price reduction. It knocks down the price about $40. So it's not a huge amount, but if for whatever reason, if you need a Paramilitary 2 right now and all you have is $155, which is about how much this retails for, then great. This will work. For most people, I would recommend saving up for the full S45VN and G10 PM2, but I mean, this is still a good knife, and my opinion of it has gone up since I was able to disassemble it here. I've only had this knife for a couple hours now, and I knew I needed to get it apart as soon as possible, just because that's what I do here on this channel. I disassemble stuff, and I knew that I was probably going to be one of the first people to actually get it disassembled. So I just wanted to do that as soon as possible. So just give everything a quick wipe over. Not too concerned about it since this thing is literally brand new. Yeah, should be good. I just want to get that, make sure that action is good and slick. Alright. We should be good here with this. Alright, so I'm just going to let that dry out a little bit and grab a microfiber and dry that out. So I don't have any liquid in there. Sorry, hit the camera. Alright, so let's grab this again, which is a pain. That's the wrong end. Alright, let's put this back on here, and then we'll go ahead and just put this pane screw post back in here. This one is just, this is going to be the hardest part of disassembling this knife and reassembling it always, is this screw post, until I eventually wear all of the Loctite off. Yeah, because it's just persistently rough. Not rough, just tight. Very tight. So I'm going to do this again. I'm going to do it slightly off camera so I can focus. Alright, so there we go. So that thing should be good and tight now, more or less. Yeah, I can tighten it down better once I get the whole thing together. Alright, or at least I should be able to. Let's go ahead and get the washers back in here. Can't pick those up with a magnet because they are bronze, phosphor bronze. Sorry, grab that real fast. Alright, get this thing back on here. I actually need to get a little bit of KPL in there. Alright, so put some KPL in here first. And then put that down right there. Grab this post. Find the, yeah, this is actually a captive pivot, so that's very nice. Line that up. Hold that on there. Get our other side in. I know I still have the T8 in the screwdriver right now, but it will work to spin the T10. Don't recommend doing that because you can mess up your screw, but here, switch to the T10. Do it right here. Alright, so there's that. That's got KPL in there, even though it doesn't really need it because that washer is not spinning. Alright, there we go. I'm going to wipe that off with a microfiber. Just make sure it's good and clean. Alright, so now this goes on. Come on. Now, a little more KPL. Washer. And then this just goes straight against the scale, which is okay. Not a huge deal. And it's really not a huge deal with this knife's construction because the washer doesn't actually rotate anyway. It's tightened down against the scale, so it doesn't rotate against the scale, and it won't dig this out. It just sits against it, and the blade rides against the bronze, if that makes sense. So it's not an issue. I'll still put a little bit of oil on it just to be safe and to keep anything from corroding in there, which it shouldn't anyway. Get this on here. That should be good. It should be all held together. Yeah. So go ahead and put the pivot screw in since I still have the T10 in the driver. I'm just going to tighten that all the way down. Alright, now I will switch to the T8. There we go. This shorter screw is going to go here. Wait a minute. No, the shorter screw is going to go here. And then the longer screw is going to go back here. You just don't want to get those mixed up. Not the end of the world if you do. You're just going to have to take them back out and put them in the right spot. Alright, so that one's tight. Now you can get this one tight. Yep. Feels great. Now this part, actually these look identical, so I don't think it matters which one you use for what. Yeah, these are actually identical. So you want to make sure for both this and for the pocket clip screw that you don't tighten these down too hard, because these are nested into fiberglass reinforced nylon, which can strip. So just be careful. Just tighten these respectfully. Don't really crank on them, because they can and will strip. That was the big problem with the Para 3. Wish they would have maybe put a little bit of liner in there to fix that with the PM2 lightweight, but they did not. So just got to live with it. Not a massive deal. So since I want it to be right-handed, I'm going to put this in here. The way this came was with the actual screw head here on the other side from the clip. So that's the way I'm going to set it up. So now push that through there. Slide our wire pocket clip on. And then tighten this thing down. Don't want to over tighten this once again, because that can strip out. Alright, that feels good. Just to where that's just finger tight really, which is all it needs. And then make sure these are good and tight. Our action should be good at this point. Yep, perfect. Very, very nice. Definitely better than out of the box. Feels buttery smooth. It'll actually drop shut now. It's not dropping shut out of the box. So yeah, action is great. Feels good. No grittiness in there. Love it. Alright, so this has been the disassembly of the Spyderco Paramilitary 2 Lightweight. Definitely wish they would have done a little bit more to fix the old issue with the stripping out, but it hasn't done it to me yet. It just could. But other than that, I'm happy with how it feels now. Like I said, be careful taking it apart, because these screws are extremely stiff. And although honestly that is a good sign that I applied a absurd amount of torque to this and it didn't strip this out. So maybe they did do something in there to fix that. But yeah, these screws were very stiff, very heavily Loctited out of the box. So be careful, but it should be doable. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this video, found it helpful and informative. Make sure to check out my other videos. I have lots of other disassemblies, unboxings, stuff like that. So once again, thank you all for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Have a good day.